Hello everyone. This is, as of right now, the final video in our Madden How-To series, and this is playing your first franchise game, your first game in the franchise that we recently created. And in this video, it is going to be a game. In the beginning, there will be pauses as I will pause and describe what is going on and describe the rules and things that are set up. We will discuss the kicking system. That's been a big thing that has been asked, is to discuss the kicking system. We will discuss kick returns. We will discuss passing and running and what to look for in those situations. We will discuss a myriad of other things. Challenging plays may come up. That is something you can do. After this video, we will take a break from the Madden series until the new patch is released. And we will move on to other game requests, such as NBA 2K16, FIFA 17. We may even throw a little NHL in there as well. Without further ado, however, it's time to play our first franchise game. I'm sitting on the home screen right now, and I'm going to go over to franchise. That is 3 times from the beginning screen, which is continue. So, 1, 2, there is long shot with skills trainer, or long shot. And here's franchise. Below that is skills trainer. We're going to hit A. And it brings up our usual options. Since you've already started a franchise, you will be first placed on the continue. But we're going to go in a different way. We're going to go down twice to offline franchise and hit A. We're going to go to the right once and down. This is load. Load franchise. The button above that is create new franchise. Remember, we visited create new last time. But we're going to hit A here. Now, your franchise, your list of franchises will be very short. Actually, you only have the one, so all you will have to do is hit the A button. Unless you have autosaves, which by default you will. You'll have to figure out which autosave you are on, but since you are only one franchise, that shouldn't be a problem. I have multiple franchises with multiple autosaves, and so I'm gonna have to hunt mine down. Let's go up one. Okay. Yeah, that should be it. So just so happens that I went up once and happened to land on video franchise. I'm gonna hit A. That may not happen again. It's gonna go up to the last one that we played. They're in the order of which you played them, so because I've not played this one, I was able to go up once and find it. The next time I go to load it, it'll be the very first one. So, that menu is dynamic based on which one you played last. There really isn't a way around that. I'm sitting here, it has loaded. And remember, I said in our last video, creating your own franchise, that you will now have 2 options available to you. And this menu cannot get lost. You have play game and advance week. Well, let me go back up because I certainly don't want to advance the week right now. play us a game. Gonna hit the A button. We talked about the play options last time. By default, you are placed on play the moments. We don't want to play the moments. Gonna go to the right once. Gonna hit A. It's gonna bring up the ready to play screen. Gonna hit A again. And now it is loading. Sorry, folks, for the no loading prompt here. With the NHL game, we'll be playing with the Nashville Predators. The Predators are the Stanley Cup finalists for last year, coming within a game of beating the Detroit Red Wings. But they blew it. It seems to be a recurring theme of Tennessee teams lately, sadly. Last night, the Vols lost to Florida on a last-second 66-yard Hail Mary. Oh, we will run the Hail Mary, by the way. That was a bummer.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Raiders going up against the Titans. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and more compelling matchups on the Week 1 slate. I think if you polled people and asked which two teams in the NFL are closest to taking that next step, not out of the question that you'd get Oakland and Tennessee in some order 1 and 2.
Yeah, and for Oakland, the next step is deep into the playoffs. They got back to the playoffs last season, but didn't have their quarterback for that run. Without him, they ended up going out early. As far as Tennessee, a surprising 9-7 season in 2016. You're exactly right. They believe they're ready to take the next step back into the NFL playoffs.
Well, to be realistic, Tennessee started out 0-1. They lost to the Raiders, and when I played them in Play Now Live, I rewrote history. I made it worse. Yeah. So, we're sitting on the screen that lets you pick a kicking play. I hit Y to go straight down the middle. And coming up is the kicking system, part 1 of it. We're going to explain how this works, and I can actually do this without pausing. The kicking meter is divided into 2 sections: power and accuracy. You have 3 presses of the A button that you have to do in order to kick the ball off successfully. The first one is to start the meter. The second one is for power. The third one is for accuracy. The meter is very visual. There are, for those of you who have been on the audio games forum, you know that there are fixes coming for this. But the meter as it is right now is very visual, and the only way that I have managed to learn to press the A button at the right time is by timing when to press it, and even that's not 100%. So again, 3 presses. Once to start the meter, and once to set your accuracy. Power and accuracy are important. The more power that you have, obviously, the further the ball will travel. The better your accuracy, the straighter, the more straight the ball will travel. The better your aim will be. And you don't want to kick the ball off out of bounds here. Out of bounds basically means out of the 53 yards of play to either side of the field. You don't want to do that, because if you do, you will give the team that's receiving the ball very good field position. Now let's describe the term field position. Field position can be basically summarized as where the other team starts with the ball. And this will come up on multiple situations. If there is a punt, which I'm sure there will be, if there is an interception, field position is where the player with the ball is brought down. If there is any sort of turnover, like I said, interception, fumble, field position. Good field position is described as anything beyond the 25-yard line of your side of the field. Why the 25? Because in 2016, the NFL made a rule that says that a ball that goes into the end zone on a kickoff, which is called a touchback, will start at, so anything beyond the 25 betters your field position. Field position, the closer you are to the 50 or over the 50, the better your field position is. Because the closer you are, the less plays, the less time, the less yards you have to travel to get to the other team's end zone, which is how you score a touchdown. With that all being said, let's kick this ball off. Now, I'm going to hit the A button to start this. You will hear me say 0. The reason why I'm saying 0 is because that is how I have learned to time my presses, and I hope that this method works for you. So what you will hear is you will hear 0 on the first press, 2 on the second press, and kind of a musical rhythm on the final press. So it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, and at the end of 3 is when I'll press it the third time. I think I may have totally botched this up, but we're going to try this anyway. Let's get this game underway. Crowd's waiting, and they won't wait for very much longer. So here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, press.
Ryan Suckup of the Titans has this one teed up, and we are underway from Nissan Stadium.
Very short.
A short kick.
Not enough power on that. They're going to
start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
It's not easy.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And I remember when he was a prospect coming out of college and people were wondering about different parts of his game. What all came together nicely in 2016. Had the Raiders at 11-3, had them thinking Super Bowl before an injury finished his season. They're counting on him to take them to new heights.
I'm going to just hit the first selection in the coach suggestions area on defense. There are several places, Madden.
Here's the long-awaited return for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards.
Oh, I did not do well
there. No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal. And I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
Second down following the run.
Still going with that same selection, and I will do that throughout this game. Occasionally going up and down.
Now Carr going left on the option. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. A glance at these starters. Michael Crabtree is the man we highlighted, wide receiver.
Phenomenal hands, so strong. When the ball gets to him, it just dives right there, and then he's able to do things with it after he catches it.
Again, we're still sticking with that same format. They are running the ball. They have not yet thrown it.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down.
2nd down means their second opportunity.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans defense lived up to the mantra that every defensive coordinator preaches, and that's stop the run first. They finished 2nd against the run. Unfortunately, they finished 30th against the pass, which led to a 20th overall ranking in defense. In order for them to continue to ascend, they've got to shore up the back end in the secondary and get a better pass rush.
20th is not a very good ranking out of 32, I promise. Well, if it's our house, stop them on defense.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch.
And they got it.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with it.
I'm going to pause here. And so, playing running defense. I'll try to explain it as best I can. I'm listening for the sound of the ball being handed off. And if you pay close attention, you will have heard that. Then I have to guess, because there is no way to tell, to which way the runner is going to go. This is a hard concept to explain, but I am going to try to explain it. On defense, left and right is not the same. So if you actually move your left stick to the right, you're going in the opposite direction because you are lined up opposite the offensive line of the other team. And the camera view is on their side, which that can be changed, but once you have played the game enough, you will get used to the fact that when you're on defense, that is right becomes left and left becomes right. It's kind of like playing, I know you all have played Super Egg Hunt. It's kind of like playing reverse, where your left and right arrows go the opposite way. That's kind of how to think of it. Up and down is also reversed. Because again, you are facing them and the camera is on their side. And so down is actually upfield. Up is downfield until you get an interception. When you get an interception, everything flips and you just run with the ball upfield, which is actually going up with the left analog stick or the left stick in on an Xbox. So tackling. You can either hit whoops, I almost said square. You can either hit the X button to tackle when your controller vibrates, or you can hit the Y button to tackle. To sprint towards someone, we're going to sprint upfield. So to sprint upfield on defense, you hold the down. You hold down on the left stick and you hit the right trigger. Don't hold it for too long, because they will get tired very fast. You'll over pursue the play and they'll blow right by you. So you got to be careful with that. So it's really all about guesswork and timing at this point on defense. And that's why they got a first down on me, which is a new set of opportunities. That's why they got a new set, because I was not tackling the runner fast enough. To explain a little bit about what's going on the offensive side while they are trying to run the ball, there are 5 offensive linemen, and they are trying to create gaps, spaces, if you will, for their runner to run through. And how they create those spaces is they will attempt to shove the defensive line back down the other side of the field. Well, not the other side of the field, I apologize. To shove them further downfield, in other words, further away from the line of scrimmage, which is this imaginary line that everybody starts from. There is actually... It's where the ball stops last, or in the case of a possession being started, it's where the ball starts from. There is actually not a line of scrimmage. But basically, they will push these players away from them to give their little runner, he's not always little, but to give their runner time and a place to take off with the ball. Obviously, the further downfield he gets, the closer he gets to your end zone if you're on defense, and you don't want that. So I stopped them. And I will explain passing on defense when we get to that. They didn't pass this time, so it didn't come up. But it will. And we have a punt, which is them going to kick the ball off back to us. So let's get to that. Here we go.
Totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Six-year man Marquette King on to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
That was horrible.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, and everything went up in terms of numbers last year in his second season, right? Yards, touchdowns, quarterback rating before he broke his fibula late in the season. This is a guy, excellent pinpoint passer, and the wheels, oh my, on you if you're not careful.
So I'm sitting here on the play screen. It also puts me on coach suggestions. By default, coach suggestions is set to one play per line, I guess. One play per section. One play that's visible per section, I should say. But I can also do what's called by play type. And I will demonstrate play type as well. But I'm going to first do a coach suggestion play. And let's see what we get. We may get a run, we may get a pass. Let's see what we are going to do. Because we don't have a lot of information at this point, I'm going to use the game sounds and the announcers to tell me what we've got.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And his first. And now we get a peek at the Titan offense.
The 2016 Tennessee Titans offense liked to bill itself as exotic smash mouth, and they got the smash mouth part down correctly. Finished 3rd in the league in rushing, but only 25th in passing. So to become more exotic, they've got to get better play from their wide receivers on the perimeter.
Okay, so there was a lot that happened there. We could tell by the fact that one of the big things that we could tell is that that was a pass play. The announcers indicated that our quarterback was going to throw. We also heard the term that it was incomplete. What the heck does that mean? Simply put, it means that the receiver that the ball was intended for didn't catch it. That's what incomplete means. Interception means that the defender on the other side caught it. So when you line up to pass, you have a number of receivers that are available to you, and they are tied to the following buttons on your Xbox or PlayStation controller. A, B, Y, X, right bumper. On the PlayStation side, you have X, circle, square, triangle, and R1. For each passing play you call, and this is totally dynamic depending upon the play that's called, you will get different receivers for each of those buttons. Each button is assigned to a route. And a route, simply put, is just what the receiver will do when the ball is snapped. So let's talk about the easiest route to remember first, and that is called the 9 route, or the go route. A go route is, simply put, a receiver taking off straight down the field and then waiting. The quarterback will attempt, if the receiver is not covered, and that means that defenders are around him. Open means that there's no one around him. A quarterback will throw the ball to that receiver. He can potentially run it in for a touchdown. If there are 2 or 3 or 4 defenders around him.
Want me to search for that?
No. Then the receiver is not going to catch it. I apologize for that. So I hope I'm not confusing you all too much, but there are different routes. And Charles Davis will probably explain some of those better than I can. So we're going to continue on. This time I'm going to demonstrate a play type play. That was at a coach suggestion. Play type has has several sections in it. You have your passing section, your running section, your options section, and your special teams section. Those go, in navigation-wise, those navigate from left to right. And it wraps. Under passing, you have quick pass, which are generally short passes, short routes, standard passes, shotgun passes, not always in shotgun, by the way. You have play action. Play action is when the quarterback will fake and act like, which is basically acting like he's going to do one thing and does something else, but he'll act like he's going to give the ball to the running back. The running back is the person who receives the ball on running plays most of the time. I'll get to that in a minute. But he'll fake the ball to the running back, and instead of letting the running back have it, he'll wait until the defenders go after him and then throw the ball to a receiver. That's what they call play action. You have screen. Screen passes are interesting. Basically, what they try and do on those, they're little bitty passes, maybe 2 or 3 yards. Less than that sometimes. But what the idea behind that is that your offensive line will wall off the wide receiver or the running back or whoever it is that receives the ball to hopefully get a nice chunk of yards on a gain or a first down. So that's screens. And then you have Hail Mary. Well, Hail Mary sounds exactly like it's supposed to. Desperate. You are desperate. This is primarily used when you are down by a touchdown with 10 seconds left and you're on the other side and you're on your side of the field and you need a touchdown. That's what a Hail Mary is. So that's the passing section. And we won't cover the running section right now because I actually want to call the next play because I know y'all are thinking, when the heck's he going to call it? I'm going to call it right now. We're sitting on coach suggestions. I'm going to back out of this with the B button. You heard the little noise. I'm going to go down 3 times. That is coach suggestions. I'm going to call a quick pass, and this first option, I hit A twice. Ooh, play clock. I will tell you about it after this play.
The play clock's running down. Mariota to throw it to Decker over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Quick slant. That's what that was.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Good description of the slant route. Thank you, Charles Davis. That's the play clock.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. And he locates Walker, complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A Titan first down. Mariota to Walker.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
That's what they were aiming for. You want to keep moving the sticks, get into a rhythm, gain confidence as you go along. And right now, mission accomplished.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Come on, Murray.
Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Well, sometimes the numbers really don't tell the full picture because Oakland was 2016. But guess what? They were tied for 1st in turnover margin at +16 with Kansas City. That makes up for a lot of other issues when you're able to take the ball away.
Okay, so what I want to explain again, and I said that there would be quite a few pauses while I explained some concepts, is actually passing on offense. So, I'll explain passing and running. So, passing first. Your players will come up to the line of scrimmage. You heard Mariota give a signal. Basically, the basic concept is I'll hit the A button to hike the ball. I'll wait a couple of seconds, and I will throw to either A, B, X, or Y generally. Sometimes I will throw to right bumper. You just hit the button. If you tap the button, you will get what's called a lob pass, and if you hold down the button, you will get a bullet pass. The announcers will comment on this, actually. And you heard the sound on the last play, the last couple of plays, of a receiver catching the ball. That's called a completed pass, and we completed a couple of them and got a 1st down. The last thing that you heard was a running play. Running is a little different. Basically, you'll hike the ball with the A button. The quarterback will give the ball to the running back, and you'll hear that noise. And then you will attempt, I generally wait a second or half a second. And then I will start to go up field with the left stick. And it's basically a guess game as to whether or not you will have what they call room to run. In other words, if you'll have a gap to go through. I did on the first play there. So now it's 2nd and 6. So hopefully that gives you all an idea of what's going to happen. I'll be using play type as well as suggestion. So if you hear extra clicks between plays, that's me selecting a play type play. And if you don't, that's me selecting a coach suggestions play. I'm going to stay in play type one more time. And I'm going to go to the right once for a running play. And I'm going to go, there's inside, outside, counter, draw, fullback dive, I believe. So for me, I better select this quickly. Let's do inside, up the middle again. I got to get there before the play clock goes off. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're out. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Timeout is called by hitting the select button. It is right by the menu button controller. It is right by the start button on your PS4. Let's try this again. When you are in play type, you are left in the last thing that you selected. So if it was an inside, left and inside run. If it was a shotgun pass, you are left in the shotgun category. And try running it again with Murray.
Again, it's Murray. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mariota.
Looked for Decker, he didn't make it.
Had his hands on it, but couldn't. But it's now 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
Now I have a decision to make. I think I'm going to punt the ball.
Too long for a field goal,
nope.
Too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4.
I don't get that choice.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he hits his man, Matthews.
First down.
The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up
I
first
threw it
and
to
goal.
B.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
4th down conversions are kind of scary, folks. Because if you don't make it, the other team gets the ball where you last stopped.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Staying in suggestion.
Mariota on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He'll be ridden out of bounds. Didn't even come close to sniffing the end zone. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's try a running play. Hey, now. I went to play type, and I want to try a fullback dive. I went to the right once, up once, and then I hit the Y button. See if we can't...
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Mariota going to give it to his fullback. This is Jalston Fowler. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Let's try it one more time. Okay, they are expecting it. That's what I was told, so I'm going to audible to. And audible is just me changing the play. Okay. Primary is foul.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Paul Soliai in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
I am not going to go for this. So I'm going to do what's suggested, and that's take a field goal.
Here's Ryan Suckup for the...
Now, second part of the kicking system is kicking field goals. We still have the same pressing that we had before, but we also have to aim this thing. And you aim by moving your left stick, either left or right, until the vibration stops. Most of the time, that's a pretty good indication that you're going to be lined up correctly. But again, you also have to watch your power and accuracy here, and you also have to watch the time clock. So I'm going to repeat the same performance, the same press system that I did earlier, and we'll go from there. We'll see if he makes it.
Titan field goal. This from 25 yards out.
Good. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3.
And
he made it.
Will put this one through, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Going to kick the ball off again. Selected Y. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, and.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal.
See if the power is better on that one.
On the
Nope.
return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
He's good.
For these Raiders, as they head out on offense, the arrow, I think you'd agree, certainly pointing straight up this season, coming off their first playoff appearance since way back in Super Bowl 37.
And just think about how they've improved since the time they did draft Derek Carr to be their quarterback. They've gone from 3-13 to 79 to 12-4. But it wasn't just Derek Carr. Beefed up the offensive line, added some receivers, and got better and better on defense. Khalil Mack, hard to block in the NFL.
Throwing now is Carr, and he's got him in. It's the former 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league.
At just the right moment. But you also have to be in the right position.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down.
Sack is taking the quarterback down before he... And he's behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Not this time.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get it first up and keep moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He's talking about our defense, by the way. We keep doing coach
Unable to
suggestions
connect
on
on the
defense.
first down pass play. Now it's second down. To throw again, Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late
Means he
getting
did not
there.
catch the ball in the field of play. He caught the ball on the sidelines.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder.
He caught that ball, but
maybe
then he
was
dropped
worried
it.
about where he was on the
drop
field.
it,
Was he far enough? Was
kind
it
of
to the
is
first down
incomplete.
sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
We're going to get the ball back here.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Titans get ready to take possession. Franchise which has missed the playoffs 8 straight years here in Nashville. But the arrow, I think it's pointing up. 9 wins last year. 5 of them against playoff teams, which was the most in the NFL.
I think the 9 wins was a surprise, but when you mentioned 5 against NFL playoff teams in 2016, that really tells you what got accomplished in Tennessee last year. They want to be a tough football team. They want to be a ground-based team on offense. They had to get better on defense.
Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he brings it back to Ryan. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 of his career.
You're
taken away.
Going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the
Oakland ready to take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
How will Marshawn Lynch fare? That's the question in the Bay Area. Been out of the game for a year. What do you think?
I think he'll fare just fine. I don't think that they'll use him as often as he was used in Seattle. But when they turn him loose, I think it'll be to great advantage.
Now Carr throwing on down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's a 3-point game here early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. Now Carr. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Ouch.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a 1st down.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They try again with Lynch, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch, his first ever touchdown in silver and black, and the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Marshawn Lynch, welcome back, Beast Mode. We've missed you, and I bet that end zone has missed him a little bit.
There's a different vibe when he hits the end zone, isn't there? I mean, the way people react when he has the ball in his hands and when he gets to the end zone, oh, it's a big-time reaction. I don't know about you, brother, but I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT.
Almost blocked.
And this is Uppy.
Almost prevented that from being a 7-3 game just then.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's all capped off by a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice
the kick return is just like a running play in a sense. Except you are starting from where you catch the ball after a kickoff and you try to make it upfield and around the defenders.
He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
I'm still on play type. How about that? Just shows a quick pass.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive.
To Walker, my tight end.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice little quick throw.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Let's try a run to the left on the inside. Come on, Murray.
That was second down run for Murray. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get
anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
You know what? Let's give Murray another try.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Oh, he got it. Murray's gone.
DeMarco Murray, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Titans. DeMarco Murray, 61 yards. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. You got to figure if they want to have success this year, the more they can put the football in his hands, the better, coming off a Pro Bowl campaign.
And that Pro Bowl campaign does more than just get him notoriety. It also plants an idea in the minds of guys trying to defend him that he's really pretty good, and sometimes gives you a little bit of extra room, a little bit of extra deference, and he's taking advantage of it.
The offensive line for us blocked it perfectly. Murray had a nice gap to run through. And timeout.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
I'm going to kick this extra point, and it's similar to a field goal. Same concept.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set
and
to resume
basically
the
offensive line blocked very well, blocked nicely. We had a hole to run through, a gap, and he scored. Ooh, we got wind here. I think that's good. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And DeMarco Murray, the one to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play.
And it's Amari Cooper
and it's so
out of Alabama.
When I was going through the draft process, when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On On third down, Carr. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
He got sacked.
That's something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Titans will get the football at...
Let's go back up to coach's suggestion.
Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked.
You heard the sounds of the ball bouncing off hands.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
I'm going to audible because they're expecting a pass, and that's how I know it. The announcers told me.
With Murray.
Oh, Murray's gone again. Huge hole. Huge hole for Murray. Murray to the 10, the 10, the 5, and he scores.
DeMarco Murray, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Let's go ahead and kick this extra point.
Extra point try now for Succop.
I believe that looks good.
It's good to make it 17-7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 280 yards to score it.
Going to kick the ball again.
Now here's Succop out to kick it away.
Didn't do so well this time. Power's going to be a bit off.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. In good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now the Titans defense gets set to go again. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over. Because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now will they keep that confidence? Time to find out.
We have an injury? Wow. I'm going to hit X to sub in. One of those off-the-ball injuries. Must have been on the kick return.
They start the drive with Lynch. Lynch busting free and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Nice
Give
run.
him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run again on first
Not
down.
this time.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Caught left side to Crabtree.
Oh, no, he's wide open.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
There's another injury.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Not sure who it was or which team it was. I think Oakland called that timeout. That click means we're back in the huddle.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Carr gives to Marshawn. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Gets 4.
Now after the play, it's Marshawn Lynch who appears to have been shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Oh, boy.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Defense showing blitz.
A blitz means we're going to try to swarm the quarterback.
Throwing over the
and
middle,
it worked
and
because he threw it quickly.
He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. 3rd down.
Blitz means we're going to send more defenders, hopefully, than they have blockers.
They've come after him. They've sat
Get
back.
through the
I think that's what you need to do to
offensive
keep an
line.
offense guessing.
And they certainly have
Go
kept
for the
them on their
quarterback.
toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Thank you, Charles Davis.
So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski.
Going for a field goal. We're going to try and block it.
55-yard attempt. And this kick is not good on the short, well right to boot, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
That's what happens when you try and block a field goal.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming.
Automatic
and
first down.
The conversation
we roughed the kicker. We knocked him down.
Officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Pulling on 1st down is Carr. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Oh, boy.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5.
We have another injury. I'm not sure who or for which team. I think it was one of ours. One of those off-the-ball injuries again.
Now Carr going left on the option. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there.
You heard the defense
yardage, that's all
you heard the defense say option, option. Well, what's the option? Well, the quarterback is going to decide whether he wants to keep the ball and run it himself, or he wants to pitch it to the running back and have him run it. That time, the quarterback made the wrong decision.
Plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and does a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Instead of blitz.
And he's over the line and in
Touchdown.
for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Janikowski on for the extra point.
Sebastian Janikowski out of Florida State puts this one up.
And this is a 18-14 game.
Now we're only up by 3.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends on the Jalen Richard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
We're going to go into play
DeMarco
type on
Murray and
offense.
company heading back. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how's he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Gonna go down 3. 3 times down to play action. And I'm gonna hit Y.
And it looks
I went
like
down
this will
twice
likely
and
be
hit
the
Y.
last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
See what we can accomplish here.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
That was in his hands, and he dropped it.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. After this.
Caught it.
A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of
The ball
our
was
first
overthrown. It
half.
was too high.
LR,
folks.
that's my man.
That's your guy.
Let's try a medium pass. Let's try a standard pass.
10
here.
yards still left on
Went
2nd
down
down.
twice and hit the X button. Let's see. There's a primary receiver on every play. And time is running out, so I'm going to hike the ball
Here's
here.
Mariota.
Let's see. Let's try to
Throwing
take
the
a tight
out route
end.
incomplete. It's Walker. And he's able to get this one up to his 30
Hold
before
down
he's
the
out
Y
of
button.
bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Nope, we're not doing
I
that.
think it's okay
this
there.
time.
They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Titans on
went to
3rd
the running
down.
section,
They've
which
hit
is
2 for 4 thus
play
far.
type,
This will
you
be 3rd and
Go
5.
to the running. You go to the right once. I just keep going out of the menu and back into it. Come on, Murray.
A run. It's Murray. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Now we're huddle.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Won't be able to talk much here, folks.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Finding some room at midfield. Left side caught by Matthews. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
How much time's left? Minute and 31 seconds left to go. So the Titans have some time, but they need to try and score to extend their lead going into the halftime
And
period.
the offense lining up 1st and 10.
We're going to try to run it again with Murray, I think.
This is Murray. And
Murray's
he's
not
going to
get
get
nowhere on that
here
one.
for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards
We got
there. It'll be
4.
2nd and 6. They go with Murray again. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll
Nice
be brought
run.
down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. first down. Mariota. Got a man. It's the first NFL catch for Corey Davis.
Corey
and he's
Davis,
going to get
we
this
just
down near
drafted
the
this
20-yard line.
He is a rookie.
The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. On first down, Murray. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
I think there's still plenty of time left.
Tenth carry of the game now.
Murray broke
And
that.
now running right
Murray
through
broke
it.
a second
Murray has
tackle.
The first down.
Murray's
Moore
gone.
going for a Tennessee touchdown. DeMarco Murray. Named 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now we got to kick the all-important extra point.
Suck up for the extra point.
Go to the right a little bit. That should do it. Here we go. They blocked it.
It's picked up, a live ball here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think. He's at the 40, 30, past the 20, 10, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
That's what happens when you block an extra point.
I think we just saw some evidence of what Tennessee was talking about in the offseason and really emphasizing on defense, forcing fumbles. Only forced 4 in all of 2016.
The lowest number in the league. They just could not seem to force any fumbles at all last season.
Okay, that was a bug if I've ever heard one in the commentary. There was no fumble there. Ball back again, even though we just gave up 2 points.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set to go
So
again. We
instead
get
of
a look
being
at
up by
Amari
6 or
Cooper as he
7.
heads back out there now. They've got to be thinking,
We're not
how
up by
can we
that
get him
much.
a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, switch game. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To throw on second down. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
We're trying to prevent them from scoring again.
From midfield, here's Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
I want to go
And now
down
Sebastian
3 times and
Janikowski on
select
for the
a
long
different
distance.
suggestion.
He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. And this will be
think they're
spotted
gonna
on
make
the
that.
other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And
There's
I don't
no
think
way.
This has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
We're going to do up once to do a Hail Mary. I do believe Y is the primary on this play, correct? Right bumper, okay.
final play of the half here. Mariota. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews.
Batted away.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Titans are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Raiders just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10, Mariota's throw under pressure leads to the turnover. James is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Offense on the field now after the pick. Lynch is going to stay up the middle, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Raiders go up by 4. Titans have it early in the second. Murray's going to bust out into open space, and he'll take it in for a touchdown. Midway through the second quarter. That puts them up by a field goal. Murray's got nothing but space here. He goes as he sprints into the end zone. Raiders have it late in the second as they move out in front 10-7. On the carry, this is Jalen Richard. Still a little time left on the clock, and he'd cap off the 10-play drive with a TD. Now trailing by just 3. So that'll wrap it up for us here at the EA Sports Studio. We'll head back now to Nashville.
They need to work on his
for the start of
phrasing.
the second
That
half.
was very broken up, very hard to follow.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send
They will
this
kick
one
the ball
away.
because I kicked it first. That means I get the ball back first in the second.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
That was Delaney Walker.
Murray.
Who caught that ball. Handed it to Murray. Murray again.
The 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Not the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
And he handed it to Murray again.
Here's Murray. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Oh, he got it.
He
got the first down.
Yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Another way to say it, but it was an off year for DeMarco Murray in Philadelphia, and Chip Kelly's offense didn't really seem to be a fit. But when he went to Tennessee playing for Mike Mularkey, boy, did he fit in a big way.
Go up 3
Finished
times
3rd in the NFL in rushing behind Ezekiel Elliott and a late-charging Jordan Howard. He was ahead of Howard much of the year.
I remember Coach Mularkey in preseason said, DeMarco Murray's my #1 back. He'll get plenty of carries here, and he did.
Now a give. This is Murray. Oh,
they suggested a handoff.
And he's brought down.
That's why that was a run
good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
See what this play is.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. It's caught
Short
by
pass.
Davis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I'm believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this arc to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
A handoff. It's Murray. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Titans are steadily moving the ball downfield.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however.
Yeah, that should
Let's
be
see
pass
what that's
interference.
about.
Let's see. Yep. Pass interference. I want to explain that. I'll accept this penalty. A accepts, X declines.
They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always
basically,
looking for
if
a
you
play
put your
to
hands
get you
on
going,
the receiver,
right? You're looking for someone to make one, but maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Red zone opportunity.
Basically, pass interference is when the defender is basically putting his hands all over the receiver, and he's not looking for the ball to be there. If he's not looking for the ball as he is holding the receiver or putting his arms across the receiver, that's interference.
To throw Mariota. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Corey Davis. And it's 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I'm going to assume that was out of bounds.
I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
But I am going to take... No, I won't. Although this would be a good time to discuss challenging a play. You can ask the official
walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
To review the play. But if you fail, you lose a timeout. And I don't feel like losing a timeout.
So they're on the 5-yard line here. 2nd down.
And it's a Murray. Yes, he scores.
For a touchdown. DeMarco Murray. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away.
About the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Right there.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
I think I was nervous that we're going to try to block it. So now we kick the ball off.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away.
I'll try.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at
now the Titans
25.
are back on defense.
Our eyes shift now to the Tennessee defense here. They had a clean slate last time defensively, forcing that super long field goal that was no good.
And from experience, I can tell you that, yeah, you want to block any type of a field goal attempt, but I don't know if you go all out at that distance. You send someone to the kicker to make sure they actually execute it, but you really play for a fake. You don't want to get beat that way and just play the odds, and the odds were in their favor, and the miss did occur.
Oh, no. Caught by Cooper.
And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. It's an even 30 and a first down.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On first down, Carr, and a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Defense is talking some smack.
Throwing again. Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
He was under pressure, though. He had to escape outside the area where his offensive linemen were protecting him because the pocket, which is what that's called, the pocket was breaking down. We have an injury, another off-ball injury.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
See if they can hold him.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Pressure comes,
and he's brought down.
And the Titans able to bring him down. Kevin Dodd in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
That's what you want out of your defense. You want to sack the quarterback because that moves them back toward their side of the field or their end zone.
Here's Marquette King now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
And we have a chance now to extend our lead that we have.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line.
Let's see, let's try a coach suggestion here.
Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting back, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Secondary is your, it's not your defensive linemen, it is your safeties, your cornerbacks, those players that are making the tackles on the running back once they get past the lineman.
They go back to Murray on 1st down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 40 pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there.
I'm going to go to play type and do a play action.
And it's incomplete. Now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
I wonder who our primary is here.
Play clock winding down. A play fake to Murray. Now Mariota.
Oh, that was a long throw, but it was
could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
Come on, Murray.
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. Murray has the first down and more. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
We're back up to suggestions.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to let it go deep for the end. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
That's on.
Immediate dividends from their #1 pick, Charles. They expect, obviously, big things from him.
And he's already starting to deliver. But here's the question
Chris Davis.
Who gets the first football? Because, you know, when you score your first touchdown in the NFL, they give you the ball, right?
Right.
Who's going to get it? Does it go to mom? Wife, girlfriend, where does it go? High school coach, who gets it?
Why isn't he putting that in his own trophy case?
Well, that would be a little bit selfish now, wouldn't it? What about all the people that helped him get there?
Well, what are you going to do, cut it up in 30 pieces?
Good point. He gets to keep it.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
That was great. That was great.
Mariota. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go. The ball ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
I don't have to tell you what that was. Well, maybe I should. That thumping noise, that whooping noise, that was the sound of a big hit being laid on somebody. And that big hit was laid on my poor quarterback. How rude. Anyways, we get to kick the ball back to him.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 20.
Nice kick
We
by
focus our attention
Suckup.
on the Titans defense now. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. To throw his Carr. Titan
And Carr is
steps
sacked.
up here, and down he goes. Derek Morgan. Tough to handle on it. He gets him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd down, I think.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Second, incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Raiders on 3rd down.
Staying
Lacking
in
much
coach
success,
suggestion,
just 2
by the
for
way.
7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
I think the Titans have blitz. Here they come.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. It finds Crabtree
no!
for the completion.
That's what happens when you blitz.
And
I
all
think
the way down to the 24-yard line.
He got all the way. Oh, boy.
Carr and Crabtree hooking up for a big one there. 56 yards.
Sometimes
There'll
when
always
you
be a
blitz,
place
that
for
happens.
methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
2nd down following the run.
goes to show you I cannot make this up.
Shotgun now for Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On play action. Now Carr. Nowhere to turn.
Sacked again.
Goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Wesley Woodyard in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski.
Out of Florida State.
From the right hash.
From
this
the
from
90s.
45
He's been
yards
around
away.
a lot. Almost
And the
blocked it.
39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
It a few yards into the end zone.
I'm going to bring it out. Wow.
Able to fight through 1 tackle. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
I'm going to stay in coach suggestions here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep here for Matthew. Oh, this is taken in.
He caught it.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter.
I apologize for that, folks. Immersion was just broken. The 4th wall was shattered. I truly apologize for that. I'm gonna have to write to the developer about that. I'm speechless over here. I'm shocked. I'm just gonna run this play, okay?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's gonna get this inside the 30. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Oops.
Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. A swing pass caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Rashard Matthews, 28 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Now Mariota. And he whips
for 2,
that one
no good.
Incomplete there. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
This game is
in this case, a field goal.
We still have to finish it off.
Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down. Really a tough stretch for the Raiders to start the season. 3 of their first 4 on the road. They'll be home next week hosting the Jets, but then right back on the road traveling out to Washington. And then they'll play at Denver. Never an easy game in week 4.
What you want to do is turn it into a challenge and tell your team, if we handle this stretch, we'll really be dangerous the rest of the season.
Hey, folks, I'm going to end this. This game is well in hand. I want to show you moments because we talked about moments in creating a franchise. So how we're getting there is you start out on coach suggestions on defense. And since I'm on defense, this is the easiest way to do it. You go up one, you hit your B button until you hear the little, I call it a popping noise. I don't know what you all will call it, but it's a little noise that indicates you're as far back in the menu system as you can go. And you go up once and you hit the A button. That's the super simulation options, super sim options. And I'm sitting in the game, audio went quiet, and so I'm sitting in a menu. And the first option that we are on is moments. That's odd. That should actually be... Oh, we're on custom play options. So I'm going to hit A here. And the first option in this area is play the moments. And we discussed play the moments. And I told you what that was. But now we're actually going to take a look into it because I think we're going to win this game. I think we'll be okay.
Do you want me to tell them what the other options are?
Yeah, the other options here are play full game, which is where we just were. And if you ever want to exit moments, you can come back down here and play that. We also have play all offense and should be play all defense. So you can start out playing a full game and you can be up 63-0. And you can say, you know what? I'm bored with this. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to play the moments. And this wraps back to the moments, I believe. Yes. And so it does wrap. And so we're going to play the moments throughout. And you'll notice a difference right away. I'm not going to say much. I've said enough, I think. And so I'm going to let this play out. And you'll see just how the moments work. So here we go. Fourth quarter. Titans have the lead, remember. We're going to play the moments. First screen that comes up is, do I really want to do this? Oh, it goes immediately. Okay. Yeah. Basically, I don't know if any of you all have experienced NFL Red Zone or Sunday Ticket. Those are services provided by DirecTV and Comcast, respectively. They allow you to watch at a time. Well, obviously, you're not actually watching multiple games at a time in that instance. What you're doing is you're watching one game, and on the screen, you've got these little flashes of text that come up. And that's what you're seeing here. There's no commentary right now. You do hear music, and there's it sees the field. And what it's showing you is what's happening in little screen pop-ups that will pop up and say something like 10-yard rush or incomplete or sack or interception. Now there is crowd noise, so if you are the home team and something displeasing happens, you'll know that. But there's not a lot of commentary. Are we on a moment now? We are on a moment right now, and that's why nothing is happening. So you have two options here. I can either play this moment, or I can skip. I want to skip on so we can understand a little bit more how this works. I'm going to go down once. I'm going to hit the A button, and this time I really will shut my mouth so y'all can hear what's going on. Here we go. Here's another moment. So basically, Amber read me the text. Basically what happened was on first down, there was a run. On second down, something good happened for us. That was a sack. Well, on third down, they got the first down anyway. So now I think they didn't. First down was incomplete. The second down was the sack. Yeah,